Good morning, students. I am Dr.R.Suganya, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. Today I am going to teach about the sockets, that is the networking. Okay. So what is a socket? A socket means it is one of the device, okay, which refers to different types of context like electrical socket, network socket, okay, and like many types that we are going to use it in our networking. So this socket is a very important concept where it has some TCP and datagram sockets. Okay, we'll be using it in the programming side also. Okay, so mainly the socket we are going to use for network connection and for client server architecture. Okay, today in this session we are going to see about the network connection, about TCP IP protocol and server socket and socket classes. Okay. So socket is a name given to the endpoint to link between two processes, which means client and then server. Client which always gives request to the server and the server responds to the client server. So when process communicate over a network, the Java uses two streams. Okay, one is input stream, the other one is output stream. So streams in sense that we are going to give some input and output stream which refers to which that we are going to store particular data in particular file. Okay, that is what is input stream and output stream. So for that a particular process is going to be an intermediate and also the socket which is the main thing. Okay. So input stream we have like file input stream, network input stream, okay, and user input stream also. Okay. So now we are going to see about how to set up the connections in the socket. Here in the diagram we can see two clients and then one server. So client and then server. The server always responds to many clients. So if here we have two clients. Okay. To set up the connection, one machine must run a program that is waiting for a connection and a second machine must try to reach the first thing. So here we can have like lots of clients and we know that one server will respond to multiple clients. Okay, multi-programming concept we can say. Okay. How to address these connections? So first thing we need address or name of particular host and then we need a port number and then we need a connections. Okay, so these three things are main for to address this particular connections. Okay. So port numbers in TCP IP will start from 0 to 65,535. Okay. Port numbers always starts from 0 to 65,535. So for every TCP IP, we have some port numbers for each and every domain for organization, for universities, for military purpose, for each and everything we have a particular port numbers. So port numbers below 1024 are reserved for predefined services. Okay. So if the port numbers used by two parts of the system, we should not agree and communication does not occur. Okay, if port numbers are same only, it will give the services for the particular clients. Okay, so it will take particular informations from the server and it will give response. Okay, for from the particular port number. Okay. So Java networking model. So here we can see the server and the client. So server also uses a server socket. The client will use a client sockets. Okay. And for to address, it will have the address of the particular machine, client machine and the server machines. And also we'll be having the port numbers also. So the client requests to the particular server through socket. Okay. Through socket and server also responds to particular client through socket. That is, it is waiting for a connection and it receives particular connections from the client. Okay, that we can see from the server. And then we can have the input stream and the output stream. The input stream will be received from the server and the output stream will be saved to the from the client. So and then the socket will be closed after the communication between two client and servers. Okay, so this is what the networking model. Okay, minimal TCP IP server. Here is the server socket. The that is in Java, we can write a code by establishing a connection. So we have one example here. Okay, let us see the example of the particular Java programming. And then we have also the socket of the class that is being used by using the embedded document. And now we know about what is a socket. The socket is a name given to the endpoint of communication, which is a link between the process. And we have two streams, that is input stream and output stream. And the following parts needs to be ensured in order to establish a network connections, which means the address, the port number, and the purpose of the connection. And port numbers, it varies depending upon the domain. And we always start with the package java.net. And we'll be using the server socket, and for client we'll be using the socket class. So here we have known about the network, the connection, the ports, addresses, socket, client and servers. So we have some MCQs that you can go through. Dash is a programming language for the internet. Dash is a connection-based protocol that provides a reliable flow of data between two computers. In Dash, there is no connection between client and server. Okay. Thank you. Hope you understood the concept of socket. Thank you.